Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's Demo Jam. We are so excited today to be talking to you about customer service apps. Who are your hosts? Well, they are myself, Amanda Nelson of the AppExchange team, and Joshua Hoskins, a Salesforce MVP. Joshua, do you want to say hi? If you want to come off mute. All right. Well, Joshua, you can say hi when you're ready, but now we're going to go right into the Demo Jam. Who do we have today? Well, today's participants include Pagerduty, Talkdesk, Vonage, Translation Studio, Gainsight, and Eureka. Joshua, are you there to give us the rules? All right, well, Joshua, while he's figuring all of that out, I'll go into the rules. The rules are you only have 3 minutes to demo. That's right, just 3 minutes. You cannot go longer than that or we will cut you off. Second rule, all demos must be live, nothing pre-recorded. These demos are actually happening live right now, so anything can happen. And third rule is there'll be one winner chosen by you, the audience. All you have to do is get ready to vote. Voting will happen in the panel, the voting panel that we will launch after all the demos are done. Joshua, are you there?
I am. Sorry about that. I'm back. Me and Amanda today. I hope you are all ready, and we have a perfect lineup for you.
Yeah, we went through the lineup, and we also went through the rules, so we're ready to go.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Joshua. First up today is Gainsight. Gainsight is a customer success platform that helps companies increase product adoption, prevent churn, and drive expansion by identifying at-risk customers and systematically engage customers at the right place at the right time. Gainsight's platform offers a powerful set of solutions focused on customer success, product experience, and community engagement that together enable B2B businesses, including their service and support teams, to put the customer at the center of everything they do. That sounds super exciting. And today we have Stephanie Lee, Senior Solutions Consultant at Gainsight, to show us the action. Stephanie, are you out there?
I am. Thanks, Amanda.
All right. Well, can you show your screen and we can get started?
Excellent. All right. Can you see my screen?
Good luck. Yes,
Thank
I can. Your 3 minutes start now.
All right. Support team members have to juggle so much in their day-to-day. They serve as the day-to-day face of your company and your customer's experience, which is why it's so important for your support team members to easily and quickly get the information that they need in the most efficient way possible so they can provide the best customer support possible. The Gainsight app is the top-rated customer success platform on the Salesforce AppExchange. It can be surfaced on the account record in Salesforce as well as at the case level, which is what we're looking at today. Gainsight unifies all of your customer data from across your various business tools, so your support team isn't working with limited snapshots of information based on one support case, but they have the broader context of what's going on with that customer. On this Service Cloud case, I can go into Gainsight and quickly find 3 key pieces of information. I understand the customer lifecycle stage, so I know they have a renewal upcoming. I can see how far out that renewal is, and I can get an insight into their health. If I want to dig into what that health looks like and understand where specifically that health might be low, I can see that all easily at a glance, and I can click into any of these to get further context and understanding into what is going on. So knowing that this customer has a renewal upcoming, they have a low health score, they haven't had the best experience in the past, as a support user, I'm going to do the best that I can to make sure that they have a positive experience and that I get the follow-up needed for this customer. I can go into timeline and I can search for any additional context around what's happened with support cases in the past. I can also filter to look at specific events like calls, meetings, or emails that we've sent. And if I need to loop in my cross-functional partners, I can do that by mentioning them in this note. So I can bring in someone from customer success or sales, bring them into the conversation, add any details that they need. I can also apply templates here to drop in any details that might be useful for a handoff situation. So giving my support team and any of their cross-functional partners all the details that are necessary for the best possible customer experience. So in sum, Gainsight helps the support user to get more insights and understanding of those customers, get the right information at the right time, and then pull in those cross-functional partners and allow for better collaboration. Back to you, Amanda.
Wow, that was super quick. You had 33 seconds to spare. Great job on that. I liked how you were able to stay on one screen because you were able to show so much in that one place. So very organized, really easy to get the details you need, but not having to jump all around Salesforce or have 1,000 tabs. That is really crucial. And just, I also love the case integration with Service Cloud too. It brings everything together in a very clean, simple way. And of course, dashboards are just a nice visual way to gather and understand the data. So great job on that. Absolutely. Now, if anybody has any questions, you can pop them in the chat or in the Q&A, and we'd be happy to answer them. The first question that came up is this an integration with Service Cloud?
Yeah, so Gainsight actually has a bi-directional integration with Salesforce, including any of the various objects that might live in Salesforce. So Service Cloud, any of the sales records, anything related. So all of it's surfaced up in the Gainsight integration.
Thank you so much. You make that integration so seamless, you know, so you don't even necessarily know that. And that's what's so great about the experience. So great job there. All right, Joshua, who do we have up next?
All right, Amanda, great demo, Gainsight. Next up, we have Pagerduty. Pagerduty is transforming critical work for modern businesses. The powerful and unique platform takes events from your ticketing system and monitoring silos and turns them into right actions, whether human or machine, in order to take critical systems from break to fix faster. Today with us, we have Jim, who's going to show us how Pagerduty does all of that in 3 minutes or less. Jim, are you out there?
I'm out here, Joshua.
All right, your 3 minutes starts now. Good luck.
Great, thank you. So today I'm going to showcase Pagerduty's customer service operations application available on the AppExchange store. And the concept here is how do we tie and break down those silos that exist between your customer service agents today that are dealing with your customers and your on-call engineers that are fixing problems when they happen. So here I have a new case that I'm opening up. A customer called in, they can't access a particular critical application. I'm going to go ahead and create that case and we'll see this in action. So on the right-hand side here, my on-call engineer has already been alerted. You can see I'm getting push notifications, text messages. I'm going to step in here. I'm going to acknowledge that. So right away, that's going to be updated on the Salesforce side. So we're going to be able to see that someone has already picked this up. I'm also going to swing into Pagerduty here just to show you real quick that now as your engineer is working on this problem, in real time, we're going to give them the context around what does this impact actually look like. So as other customers are calling in and they're filing cases, these are being linked to your Pagerduty incident, and we're getting that in the hands of the engineer. So again, they understand the blast radius of the problem that they're dealing with. The integration is bidirectional. So here I'm actually going to add a note to the Pagerduty incident, just letting people know I'm investigating this. And since we have so many cases that are being generated, I'm going to mark this as a severity 2 incident. Now back on the Salesforce side, we're going to see that we've updated the priority here. We can see that the note that our engineer posted through went into the Salesforce application. And now we're going to take some action here from the Salesforce side. So any action that your engineers can take, your customer service agents can take as well, right? So in this case, you know, I can see this is severity 2. I know all these cases are being generated. I'm going to go ahead and run a PagerDuty response play. This is a human mobilization automation that we can do that's going to go ahead and really rally the troops to ensure that we're getting everyone involved in this problem. So back in my mobile app here, we can see that we pulled in some other engineers. So we have Charlie from the database team. He's going to come help us now. We've also spooled up a Zoom meeting link here as well. We've even pushed a status update. So this is another important part of the integration we have with Salesforce. So with the PagerDuty status dashboard, I can quickly determine if we do have impacting issues going on right now. So as more customers are calling, I can quickly see, we do have a problem with this particular application. This incident's already open. I'm gonna go ahead and link my case to this incident. So again, just breaking down those silos and giving that visibility back and forth between the two different areas. So lastly, I'm going to go ahead and resolve this incident, update our status dashboard, and we can see that we're back in the green. So again, just being able to establish visibility so that when customers are calling, we can proactively communicate out when there are issues occurring, and giving all that context upfront to your engineers as well so they understand what they're dealing with. Back to you, Joshua.
Awesome. Thanks a lot. Definitely practice makes perfect. Thanks a lot, Jim. Definitely within your 3 minutes, and you showed a lot there. All of the items I love. You know, there is definitely a need to bring engineers and customer support together. Without that partnership, we all know that it takes longer to solve an issue. And here with the PagerDuty integration, you're not only allowing the customer service individuals to be able to collaborate and add more visibility to the problem, but you're also mobilizing teams and troops to be able to come in and solve the problem as well in a transparent way. And all of that information is right there where you need it at your fingertips at any given time. So what you've been able to show here today is just amazing. I am a fan, definitely, and there's definitely there's a lot of companies should definitely take a look at this app. So thank you so much for your demo. And Amanda, I think we already had a question come out for this PagerDuty app.
We did. Lots of activity and interest, which is great. The question for PagerDuty is, how is the PagerDuty app different from case management, incident management?
Yeah, great question. So really think of PagerDuty not as a replacement for that type of work, but more of like fabric to help tie together all the information you have in your system of record in Salesforce with the people that are getting the work done, and then also the other systems that would be involved, right? So the things I didn't showcase would be, you know, if you have another ITSM platform or a system of record that your engineers are using, your chat apps tools like Slack, right? Being able to proliferate all this information across the organization. I think that's one of the most powerful parts of this integration.
Great point. Thank you so much, Jim. Great job on that demo.
Thank you.
All right. Next up, we have Talkdesk. Talkdesk for Service Cloud Voice integrates digital channels and CRM data with voice communications, all in one central view embedded within the Salesforce UI. Together, Service Cloud Voice and Talkdesk empower your agents to be more agile and productive when providing supervisors and admins with the oversight and insight necessary to deliver exceptional experiences for your customers. Today's demoer is Sam Danino. He is Strategic Alliances Solution Engineer at Talkdesk. Sam, are you out there?
I am.
All right, Sam. Well, I can see your screen and I can see you. So your 3 minutes start now.
Okay, so we're going to have a little fun today, and we're going to bring in some of our favorite Looney Tunes characters. And I am Yosemite Sam, the agent, and I'm going to be fielding a call from one of our concerned customers, Mr. Wile E. Coyote. He wants to purchase an anvil, and he's having some trouble with that. So while we go through that process, we're going to have the Roadrunner, my supervisor, look in and see or oversee this customer experience. So let me go ahead and dial in and show you what that looks like. I'm going to make myself available.
Thank you for calling AppExchange Corporation. Press 1 for product sales, 2 for support.
Okay, so we got Mr. Wile E. Coyote calling in. I'm going to go ahead and answer that call. And you may notice on the right over here that we're doing real-time transcription of this conversation on the actual conversation app. Not only from the agent side, but we're also doing it from the customer side. So what's really cool about this, Yosemite Sam, the agent, is telling you we can do this in 9 different languages out of the box, okay? Over here on the left, with this call record, I can actually provide description information about what's going on. I can actually choose resolution types and save that with the actual call record. I have some basic call control up here where I can stop and start the recording, put it on mute, put it on hold, end the call. If I need more call control, I can actually bring up the Salesforce Omnichannel Wizard widget, and add a caller or bring up a keypad. Okay, I'm going to stay on this call for a second and transition to Roadrunner, the supervisor, where he can actually monitor the calls. So if he sees here that Yosemite Sam, the agent, is on a call, he can monitor that call. He can see the historical transcription. He can see any new transcription that comes in. He has the ability to listen into this call, and he can actually type a whisper message to the agent to help him better handle the situation that Mr. Wile E. Coyote has. Going to pivot back out here for a second. We're going to end this call. Notice there's a wrap-up timer in here. Set that to whatever time you want. We click all done. We can actually trigger the next best action from that perspective. Do we want to create a ticket or not at this time? A couple other pieces I'd like to touch on real quick here is we have the ability to leverage our contact center data within the native Salesforce reporting. That's what you're seeing here. Likewise, we can do that within the actual Salesforce dashboards. So this is all contact data that I brought into a dashboard. But the question I get asked all the time is, can we do live dashboards within Service Cloud Voice? The answer is yes. So this is actually live interactions that are occurring within the contact center in Service Cloud Voice.
30 seconds remaining.
Thank you. One last piece I'm going to touch on here real quick is Talkdesk campaigns. So these are actually leveraging the outbound dialer capability from a power and preview perspective on what Salesforce has. So as you can see, when you put Talkdesk and Salesforce together inside of Service Cloud Voice, you can provide an exceptional customer experience that even the Wile E. Coyote would appreciate.
Wow, only a few seconds left to spare. And thank you, Joshua, for giving that warning. I was so sucked into the demo that I did not give you a 30-second warning. But there was just so much to see there. I love how you were able to integrate the entire voice communication experience in one place. The multi-language support is huge, and all the real-time transcription, so that you have that and supervisors and others can kind of go in there, see what's going on. Really, really great. And yeah, it's definitely going to save agents time. They're not going to have to log that manually in Salesforce. It's doing it all for them in real time. So great job on that demo.
Thank you. Are there any questions?
There are questions. Let's see here. Where are the transcriptions stored?
Okay, so great question. The transcriptions are actually stored with the call record. And just to add one more piece to that, we're doing call recording with that, and that is stored with the call record here via a link. So the call recording is actually stored on the Talkdesk backend, which we include unlimited call recording and voicemail with your licensing.
Perfect, thank you. Well, it sounds like Wile E. Coyote and everybody are happy now. Over to you, Joshua.
Awesome. I love the cartoons. You just brought me back to my childhood. Thank you so much for integrating that into your demo. All right, folks, stay tuned. Pop your questions into the chat. Stay around so you get to vote for your favorite Demo Jam contestant. Next up, we've got Translation Studio. So inspired by the number of minutes in a day, 1440 is designed to help brands delight customers in less time. 1440's Translation Studio allows businesses to grow their organizations globally with simple, accurate, and automated Salesforce translations that defy all language barriers. I cannot wait to see this. So we've got John here who's going to show us how to defy all language barriers in Salesforce in 3 minutes or less. Are you out there, John?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
We can, and we can see your screen. Your 3 minutes starts now. Good luck.
Awesome. Thanks so much. So really quick, Translation Studio is available on the AppExchange. There's different pricing tiers around the number of translations that the companies need. Fun fact, 75% of the world does not speak English. And so companies that are global need Translation Studio to be able to automate customer service inside Service Cloud. I'm going to walk you through a couple different use cases here. One is going to be email to case. And I have an MVP named Don Julio who met Mark Benioff and has been offered a free hotel at Dreamforce. And so what I'm going to show you here is Don Julio is going to email CEO@salesforce.com. We're going to send that email right here. We're going to come on over here to Service Cloud. And we're going to see this email pop in here in just a second. Or not. There it is. Okay. Puedes, por favor. So here's the case that was just created. You can see that it's been automatically translated into email or into English. Hi, I'm a Salesforce MVP, Mark. And you can also see it also was translated into French, also translated into German. And so there's some really amazing stuff you can do here with automated translation, with email to case, web to case. It also detects the language. So we can use case routing rules and things like that. One of the other really cool things is it supports chatter. So if I were to post an update here, right now it's set up to go to French, and you'll see it actually populate here that was automatically translated to French. The other really cool use case is chat. So I can actually come in here and I can start chatting. You'll see I've got omni-channel set up here, and I am going to send a message so I can accept this chat. All right, so the chat's here. You can see I've got translations as an option. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to send that exact same message in Spanish, and it's going to come in here and automatically translate into English. And I can say, yes, your coupon code is Demo Jam winner. And you'll see it automatically populates back here in Spanish, right? So that's really huge for digital engagement and live chat. The last thing I wanted to sort of show here is Salesforce knowledge. We can actually come in here. You'll see right now there's only a Spanish knowledge article. I could submit this for translation, and I can say, I want this in French, German, and Italian. And let's go ahead and do Portuguese. I'm going to submit. And then I'm going to refresh. And now I have a German knowledge article about where to stay at Dreamforce in San Francisco.
Awesome. Right at 3 minutes. Great demo. I got to be honest with you, as a developer, when I first saw translations, I was like, oh, cool. There's a way as a developer to, mass translate, labels and, take that pain away. But what you were able to show to us today is so much more. The integration here that you have with Service Cloud in terms of the knowledge base and the chat is really super critical, because as you said, 75% of the world does not speak English. And so what a better app right here in front of us to be able to bridge that gap together and to break down those communication barriers. I think that when I have worked with call centers or service centers in the past, and they support multiple languages, there's a lot of copying and pasting that goes on, and you simplify all of that. They don't have to leave Salesforce to, in real time, get knowledge articles translated, and also be able to communicate faster and quicker with context in the native user's language, all within Salesforce, one app directly from one page. So thanks for sharing that with us, John. I learned something today, and this is awesome. Amanda, what questions out there do we have from the audience?
Yeah, I love the simplicity of the app. I mean, I bet John could do this in 2 minutes, just because the whole point is that it's supposed to make it super easy, and I love that. So yes, great job on that demo. Keep your questions coming, everybody. The question for you here, let's see. Okay, is this easy to configure, and how do you set up the different language translations?
Yeah, so what's amazing about the AppExchange is we've been able to take advantage of all the different capabilities that the platform offers. And so you can actually set up translation rules, and you can actually validate those rules. You can also use Flow. So you can choose between Google Translate, Microsoft Translator, Amazon Translate, or DeepL. And there's different glossaries. So a good example is the word Slack typically doesn't get translated correctly. So you can actually add Slack to the glossary, and then we will actually translate everything, but not translate Slack. But you can basically determine whatever things you want to translate and where you want the translations to go. One of the other really cool things is everybody that's on this call that's built apps on the AppExchange, we could actually translate all of their data. So if you have a custom object, or if you've got custom fields that are part of another AppExchange package, you can actually configure Translation Studio to translate anything that's part of another AppExchange package, which is really, really cool. But yeah, like we said, 75% of the world doesn't speak English. And so to go global, you really need to be able to support customers in really any language.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. Amanda, who do we have next?
All right. Next up, we have Vonage. Bring even more automation, intelligence, and global calling capability to Service Cloud Voice with Vonage Contact Center. As one of the highest rated Salesforce partners for Contact Center through Power Telephony, Partner Telephony, and Power, Salesforce customers can enjoy the best agent experience within Service Cloud, powered by the world's flexible and reliable communications platform. Contact Center customers benefit from global, scalable, secure, and reliable voice. So today we have Noah Whittle, Senior Solution Engineer at Vonage. Noah, how are you doing?
Doing well, thank you.
All right, well, I can see your screen. Your 3 minutes starts now.
Thank you. So as the customer experience has become so critical in driving revenue, agent efficiency is achieved by reducing the necessity for multiple systems and tools. Everything resides within Salesforce. Our customer, Larry Fitzgerald, is calling to discuss a mortgage application. He will first be greeted by Vonage AI using voice biometrics.
Repeat the passphrase, please authenticate me with my voice after the beep.
Please authenticate me with my voice. This secure application and verification method allows the customer to authenticate hands-free. It ensures that the agent only provides sensitive information to the customer contact. I answer the call within Salesforce using the omni-channel widget. And now I'm able to see that Larry Fitzgerald is calling in and his voice biometrics has been verified. Thank you, Larry. My name is Steve. How can I assist you today? Yes, I want to raise a complaint about my loan application. I believe I'm being overcharged. Real-time transcription that's provided by Vonage does select the next best action for that agent. Using Einstein next best action and Einstein knowledge bases. It provides the agent with the ability for faster resolution and increased customer satisfaction. Now I can handle this using one of those three next best actions. Utilizing Conversation Analyzer, our caller Larry had a complaint because there were too many fees. Vonage Conversation Analyzer allows you to view when key phrases are spoken in the call and thereby reducing the time required to review the entire recording. I can highlight specific words and be directed exactly to that portion of the call. On a larger scale, in the industry, only 3% of calls are being recorded. In this case, I had 40,000 calls. Now I can look at calls that specifically mention professionalism. Service Cloud Voice using Vonage allows agents like Steve.
That's time, Noah. Wow, great job on that demo. I love the experience and how easy you make it to see all of the information you need in one place, from the translation to diving deeper into the conversation analysis to just overall having the experience be in Salesforce. So great job on that demo. So much we saw here, Joshua. Let's see if there are any audience questions. Oh, here's one. Is Vonage able to deliver the solution outside of the United States?
Absolutely. We have a global deployment with currently 40 different countries, and all of that can be supported in numerous languages depending on where your agents or customers sit.
Perfect. Well, thank you for that, Noah. All right, we have one more demo left before we open up the voting. So Joshua, who's next?
Yes, great demo. So next up, we've got Eureka. Eureka is a smart forms application built 100% native to the platform. And the application allows organizations to create custom, complex forms, inspections, checklists, and call scripts, and expose them to users across the entire Salesforce org. I have been looking forward to this, cannot wait. Today, we're joined by Patrick, who's going to show us how to use Eureka in a Salesforce org. Are you out there, Patrick?
I am. You should be able to hear me okay, and you should be able to see my screen.
I can, and both, 100%.
Okay.
Your 3 minutes starts now. Good luck.
Perfect. All right, everybody. Today, you're going to see a demo of how we could use Eureka and Salesforce to manage a pipeline of contestants on the incredibly popular Netflix series, Love is Blind, a reality TV show where contestants commit to marrying somebody that they've never actually seen before. To begin, let's pretend that we're Brad Pitt and we want to apply to be on the show. We're going to log into a Salesforce Experience Cloud site and open up an Einstein chatbot that's going to suggest that Brad apply for the show. When he clicks on that button, he's going to be taken into a very complex Eureka form right here inside the Salesforce Experience Cloud site. It's going to guide him through a set of questions, presenting the right information at the right time, guiding us through a process. We're even going to confirm that he's completely sure that this is what he wants to do. Now, what's more is he's going to upload some of his headshots. So right here, we're going to give him some guidance on what his headshots need to look like and give him the opportunity to upload those right here inside the Experience Cloud site as well. Finally, we're going to collect a little bit of a video release waiver and a signature from Brad Pitt here because he's going to be on camera a lot. So we're going to want to make sure he's okay with that. Now, when we submit these forms in the Experience Cloud site, the production team can actually see those forms back inside of Service Cloud. So as soon as people submit their information here, they can review the application, even see the photos that were provided, and what's more, maybe be given a little bit of an Einstein next best action, telling us that maybe he needs to go on to the next round, which is to go on site to his house to do an interview. And that's where the Eureka mobile application comes in. We're going to take our iPad, hit the road, and go to Brad Pitt's house to do an in-person interview. When we show up on site, we're greeted with a whole set of forms and checklists that we need to fill out. And as soon as we go through it, we can see all the pre-populated information from Brad Pitt's contact record in Salesforce. We might check proof of vaccination to make sure that that's okay. And if it's not, we might give guidance to say, you know what, you're no longer qualified to be on the show. We might collect some health information, do a little health assessment to make sure that he's fit for the job, maybe collect some allergy information, collect information about his family, and even maybe capture some more photos for our website before we list those on the show, the series notes. We might even collect his driver's license ID just to make sure that he's got a valid driver's license. We'll quickly grab some comments from Brad. He's really excited to be on the show. And we'll sign here. Now, as soon as we submit those forms, that data is available back in Salesforce. If we're offline, we can just keep filling out those forms without any sort of issue whatsoever. But the data returns back to Salesforce with key information and insights about whether or not we should cast this person. And what's more is everything that you saw today is built using Eureka's drag and drop form builder right here natively in Salesforce. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Patrick. You definitely saved the best for last, being able to see that snazzy drag and drop feature, which all form builders love. The best feature that I love about your demo is the fact that the form will automatically grow and also ask the right questions. So there's obviously some conditional logic in there. And I just, when you fill out forms these days, like fill out the form, click next, fill out the forms, click next. But the fact that I can just, as a consumer, just go through it and it flows and asks me the right questions at the right time and equally presents all of the information. I think you've probably seen my demo jams before, because I just love when you get the right information at the right time for both parties that are involved, the person filling out the form as well as the customer service agent on the other side. So well done here. All of you have done a fantastic job, and really appreciate this demo as well. Amanda, what questions out there do we have for Eureka?
Oh my gosh, I love Love is Blind. Like, I was so excited when season 2 came out. I'm just like a junkie for it. It's really
sounds like I have a new series to watch. So I'll probably binge watch it.
Is Love really blind, Joshua? Like, you have to watch it and tell me what you think. So
Okay.
But anyway, that aside, yes, great demo. The question is, does the app come with any template forms for common use cases?
It does. And actually, that's one thing that our team is really, really excited about is we are preparing a list of accelerators that you can use. So when you install the Eureka app, you have access to pre-built templates that we have used, which represent use cases from across industry verticals, between healthcare and life sciences to oil and gas and everything in between. Those come out of the box and you can choose to install them in a single click. So yeah, we've got plenty of resources for folks to hit the ground running when they install Eureka.
Super amazing. Great to hear. Amanda, what time is it?
It's time to vote, everybody. Here comes the poll. Which demo was your favorite? So while this is going, I did want to share a little bit of news. This will be our last Demo Jam webinar on this channel. We'll still be doing demo jams and we have a lot coming up, but yeah, Joshua, tell me about what you're doing next, because I think you have a demo jam next week.
I do. I have a demo jam next week at TDX. I'm super excited about it. We've got developer-focused partners that are going to demo their coolest stuff. There's a lot of folks who we've seen before, but are showing new stuff as well. And it's just going to be great to see everyone in person again at TDX. So for those of you that see me around, say hello, but also come see me and all of our friends at the AppExchange at the AppExchange Demo Jam at TDX at some point on
That's
Wednesday.
right. Yes, and if you're on the other side of the US, you can join me at Northeast Dreamin', where we'll be having 2 demo jams. So I'm super excited to be back in person and seeing a lot of our friends again. It's going to be so much fun. So those experiences I've missed so much, and I'm so glad that we're starting to get to do that again.
Yeah, super exciting. So while the demo jams on the webinar will be put on hold, we will still be in live and in person at events across the world. And those are really exciting. And I think that when you think about where we started the demo jams, we actually started at the Awesome People Party over 5 years ago, I believe. And that
Yes,
was when
almost
the
6.
demo jams were, yeah, that's when demo jams were born. And then we took them virtual shortly after. And 6 years later, we're taking them back on the road, and that's where they will live going forward. So super excited about all of what we've accomplished so far. We have a plethora of demo jams that anyone can go and look at appdemojam.com. And yeah, the end of an era. How about that?
I know, but it has been so much fun, so exciting. I love seeing all the technology, and I'm excited to continue to be able to do that in person and future virtual events. So good stuff. But speaking of good stuff, we have a winner.
Ooh, all right.
We should know who
Let's
the
see
winner is. The winner of
should.
today's Customer Service Demo Jam in April 2022 is Talkdesk. Wow, congratulations, Talkdesk. Would you like to come off mute and say a little acceptance speech?
Well, Amanda and Joshua, thank you so much. So great to be here. And thank you for the partnership with Salesforce. We really appreciate it. And we look to you guys for better together solutions moving forward.
Well, congratulations to you, Sam, and congratulations to all the partners today. All of these demos were so great. We got to see Wile E. Coyote. We got to see Love is Blind. We got a taste of all different types of ways to take your voice to the next level when you're working with your agents and your customers. So it was a wonderful demo jam. Joshua, any final thoughts?
No, you know what? I love what everyone did here. I'm sad about this being the last webinar, but I'll see us in person. I'm excited to see everyone at TDX, and just thank you. Thank you for being a part of our final webinar. Thank you for participating. Reach out to us on appdemojam.com, and yeah, I'll see you at events.
See you soon. Thank you all. Bye.
Bye, everyone.